knowing what comes next is the greatest life motivator. So we enjoy, endure, and survive each moment as it comes to us in its own unpredictable sequence. Life is filled with a lot of strange surprises. That is what the book, The Midnight Library, teaches us. I welcome everyone to a new episode of Book Talk. Today, we are going to discuss about an enchanting book called The Midnight Library, written by an English author and journalist, Haig. It is a fantasy novel published on 13th August 2020. The book tells a story about a British woman, Nora, in her mid-30s. She lives a very unhappy and dead-end life. She spends her days living in her regrets and she wonders what she could have done different that could have fixed her life. A depressive life went on until the day she decides to take her own life. After her suicide attempt, she later wakes up in a library. The library represents the area between life and death. It is filled with books and is guarded by her childhood librarian called Mrs. Elm. Nora used to feel safe with her during tough times when she was a child. Between life and death, there is a library. The library is filled with countless number of books. Each book shows the reader how their life would have turned out if they made different choices in life that they haven't made before. The question that Nora is faced with here is, would you have done something different if you had the chance to undo your regrets? The librarian further explains that she can travel to any life she wants. But if she feels disappointed there, she would be transported back to the library. If she is satisfied there, she can stay there forever and continue her life there. Nora travels to many lives by undoing her regrets. In this library, she then tries to find the life in which she is the most content. For example, in one possible life, she tries to reunite with her boyfriend and finds herself married to him. But it is not the way she expected. She also chooses a life where she continued singing in her old rock band. And she realizes that she ends up becoming a famous pop star. She opens most of the book there and tries to live in lives where she didn't do anything that she regrets now. But whatever she did, it was necessarily a better choice, and she ends up disappointed. What if instead of having to live one life, one day at a time, you could sample every life you could possibly have? Would you be happier? Would you find the one? The life in which everything fits? Haig's million-copy bestseller, The Midnight Library, asks these big questions. She goes through many lives until she realizes the life she lived in before her death was the best she could get. She realizes that all lives, irrespective of what decisions she made, will have bad and good parts in them. She finds out how much important her life was to other people too. The library starts to come apart as Nora decides she wants to live. She takes a book and starts writing her own story. She escapes the library and returns to her original life. She wakes up in a hospital. Aware of all the possibilities in her life, Nora feels happy again. Your best life will only feel as good as you feel you actually deserve it. And to deserve it, ironically, you have to make some painful sacrifices. Ultimately, best is not about making achievement. It's about making choices we are proud of. And whatever that life ends up looking like, even if it's far from perfect, we'll be happy that we are in it. The most beautiful quote from the book is, we only need to be one person. We only need to feel one existence. We don't have to do everything in order to be everything. Because we are already infinite. While we are alive, we always contain a future of multifarious possibility. We can't tell if any of those other lives would have been better or worse. But we can tell that our actual lives are happening right in front of us. And that is the happening we have to focus on. In life, you won't get an explanation for every breakup, let alone a what-if report outlining your alternate realities. If you focus on the life you have, however, you won't need either of those things. All you have to do is to live one day at a time and trust that in that one existence, everything that's needed will be contained. The book goes through themes of mental illness, death, grief, regrets, rebirth, etc. The Midnight Library was named the bestseller by the New York Times, the Boston Globe, and the Washington Post. What I learned from the book is enjoy the present, be kind to those around you, and ask for help when you need it. May you never end up at the Midnight Library. Thank you.